Hotoki. We can look to the Lotus Sutra or trim through reality like the metaphors from Subhuti, the Diamond Sutra. This is exactly where the monk Kamo no Chome begins in his hut in Tomoyuma. The strings of compassion as they relate to impermanence are the entire intent of Mono no Aware. Keenly aware that I am making a strong conjecture, Kamo no Chome, who signs the writing as Renin, begins lamenting the transience of day-to-day life and how easily a strong wind and an ill-timed monsoon can lead to 2 years' calamity. Writing itself is a sensorial event that requires the generally private literary purveyor to read out loud. I find that the conclusion may be a bit muddled for people who find that this writing does not open a window of wisdom from the housings of moksha, the way a sutra might. This is the beauty of his poetic musings. Removing the esotericism from wisdom is quite important, and although the writing reads like a CNN daily news post surrounding the events that led up to his lot in life, the Tolstoy tone of his lamentations cannot be felt simply through stating it. The transformation from haughty observer to the regretful melancholic relay that it is not enough to simply tuck yourself away from society. The calamity and heartache persist with or without your participation. The writing in comparison to the following statements seem almost hasty, as if he has had little time to account the meaningful events in his life, but simply wishes to impart the gift of his wisdom, which is truly the work of the way. Reading this brief opening to Essays in Idleness is best soundtracked by Endless Tides by Tomoyuki Asakawa. Mono no Aware is a sensorial experience which, along with philosophical merits, much like those expressed in Hotoki, can have an aesthetic representation. Compassion to work for the benefit of others, rather than the life of the self, evokes itself in some irksome ways. The idea of calamity and the suffering of people who are far more helpless is sometimes the striking requirement for improvement of the self. Endless Tide bridges the past with the near present. Somehow I am reminded of Lin Dayo sweeping the blossoms in the dirt while poetically swaying through the stages of grief. This is the tone Kamo no Chome's writing takes upon itself by Tomoyuki Asakawa's composition Froths and Ebbs in the background. Even the opening of the prolific chapter 27 from Honglu Man seems similar to Kamo no Chome's opening line.